So being a leader, it's so much important that you don't make that mistake of making a meeting stew, which has every kind of agenda, all things together, and make people so much confused about this one. And if you have any level of dysfunctions in your team, you are dead. So if you don't know what is the 5 level of dysfunctions, keep watching the video, and at the end of the video, I actually give you the 5 level of dysfunctions. So after watching that video, you will know what is the 5 level dysfunction you may have in your team, so you can work on that one and can solve that. Not only that, I will also give you more additional tips as well too as a bonus. But before I start doing that one too, I'm going to tell you how you can run an efficient meeting. To run an efficient meeting, you really need to understand what are the different type of meeting. Based on the organizations or based on the role, normally every teams may need 4 type of meetings. And these are specifically separate. If you try to mix any one of them together, you are creating a meeting stew. And that is what leading you to a meeting failure, or making you someone who actually felt like, oh, it doesn't help. It's a waste of time. Meetings are not a waste of time. Meeting is a super thing that actually getting things done, getting things forward. So let's get started. What are the 4 types of meetings you have to drive? You really need to keep it separate. After working like last 15 years in IT field, this is what I realized. What is IT? Yeah. Sure. Thank you. So let's give a big hand to these student leaders to bring the training to you. Why don't you give them a big hand to them? Number 1, this is the meeting is a hi hello meeting. So this is the hi hello meeting. You should be doing it every day. You asking them forward, you go around, and you don't even need to pull them all together in one room. If you're doing a startup, I mean, you're probably already in one room. If you're already in organizations, you guys are in the same floor, you can just walk around to every other people and just say, hi, hello, how are you doing? Hey, how's life? Everything going great? So this is like a hi, hello meeting, which you can spend 5 to 10 minutes maximum. And it's a daily exercise. It's not a one-time exercise. So that is the one type of meeting. That's the one type of meeting, and you just do it. If you think that you can pull together your direct reports every day for a daily stand-up, there's a Scrum. There is a 5 to 10 minutes of stand-up, and that is exactly that kind of a flavor meeting, but they extend it a bit more. But this is like more like a connecting meeting. So that is the way you could do this hi hello meeting every day, 5 to 10 minutes max. You could pull together if you have direct report. If you guys are in the same cubicle, just stand up and do it. And it's very easy to do it. So the type 2 meeting is a tactical meeting. So type 2, in the tactical meeting, what do? You do it in a once in a week. In the once in a week, you sit down together and you pick like 4 to 5 great agendas, and you communicate to everyone before. And in the meeting, you started to talk to each other. You started to get everybody's understand what is the tactical going on, what is the present issue going on, what are the progress we make, what is the next thing we're going to do the next week, what we have done last week, how much we have progressed so far, is there any outgoing issues will arise from our present solution, do you have any major customer complaint come forward, or any incident come forward we need to close. That is called tactical meeting, and this should be done weekly basis. And if you're a manager or director, do it with your direct reports, so you can actually see all those things and help forward. But here is so much important. When you're a director, or manager, or C-level, your role is so much crucial in this one. So you can really guide them, and you can really make them establish the trust between all the team members, and make sure that you have no level of dysfunction. So everybody trusting each other, everybody taking accountability, everybody hold each other accountable, everybody is sharing the great ideas, everybody is putting their best effort with passion, and everybody just moving for the result. And that's exactly you want to do in this meeting. Take the ball forward like the football match. It should be going forward to score and close the problem. All right. So now the third type of meeting. So third type of meeting is called strategic meeting. And so strategic meeting is where you pick, let's say, top 1 or 2 type of a strategic meeting you really want to do. And the meeting is a monthly meeting or bi-weekly meeting, which you should do. Keep it very separate from your weekly meeting, because a lot of executive, let's say C-level and director type of people, they like to make like a meeting stew. They like to put this strategic meeting and tactical meeting together, and that makes like so long and so confusing. And so a lot of people get out and even lose the focus, and there's a lot of agenda, there is not enough time. And when you're running in a meeting with so many agenda for so long period of time, people lose energy and lose the passion and lose the focus. And that's the thing you cannot do, because when you're a leader, when you are a manager or a director, C-level, the first thing you need to do, make sure that everybody is fully attentive on your agendas and giving the best shot to nail the problem down. And that's the way you're taking the things forward. So in the strategic meeting, there are a few tips I would like to give it to you. When you do this monthly or bi-weekly strategic meeting, send out the clear agenda. So let me give you some example of strategic meeting agenda too as well. Make sure it's very clear. You could write down a brief line and then you write down a description. What is the description? Let's say about this one. There is a big threat from the competitor coming for your product, or there is somebody who copied your product, example, or somebody trying to ruin the reputation of your company, or you really wanted to boost your revenue in the next quarter, and you want to look at why your company didn't make enough revenue in the last quarter. So these are called strategic meeting. That's the way you guys sit together for like a couple of hours, sometimes 3 hours, and kick down all those problems. So make sure that what you're trying to achieve. So let's say make an introduction, description, the problem statement, and then write down a goal in the third paragraph as well too. And you also should send it out, this agenda, at least 3 to 4 days ago, and request every people to prepare for that one. So every people who are joining the meeting, who actually the right people coming in, and they also can prepare before they come into the meeting too. So that's very, very important. So now I'm going to tell you the meeting type 4. This type 4 is coming from a cultural meeting. So in the cultural meeting, you should be doing a once in a per quarter, where you take the teams out of the office, take in front of the office to a restaurant or some kind of a meeting space, sit down together, and you do probably a day or a half day discussions and talk about any particular cultural shift or any particular thing, appreciation you do, or you give feedback sessions, or you do mentoring session. You could do some kind of training program inside as well too. And that's the way you should be doing. Very sadly, a lot of companies and leaders are making all this 2, 3, and 4, all making meetings too, and it's not going anywhere. So from your side, you should not be making that mistake. So that is one of the things I wanted to share with you. Now let me give you some more bonus. So when it comes to the bonus, make sure that after every strategic and tactical meeting and cultural meeting, send out the detailed agenda with the subjects, and then you put down the descriptions, and then you talk about the goals you're trying to achieve. And then you can also tell them that, what are the right people should be joining as well too. Make sure that you clearly understand and assess who should be the right people joining to that meeting, because they need to know who are coming, and so those people, before coming to the meeting, they can prepare what they need to. Maybe there's some of the information they don't know. You don't want to have someone coming, a director, and telling you as a CEO that, hey, I don't know. You should be giving them the information. And by saying that, hey, let's prepare for that one, and this is the thing we're going to discuss, so they can even talk to the direct report to make sure that they're ready and well prepared before coming to the meeting, and in the meeting is going very straightforward. But like that, I want to tell to you, if you put it all this together, it's going to be maximum is going to cost you 10 to 15 minutes, 10 to 15 or 20 maximum % of your workload. If you're a director or a C-level suite, and you think that 20% time in the meeting and to take the goals forward is not available for you, I think you forgot your positions and you forgot your roles. So this is the thing you need to do. So this is something is so crucial that you need to do this meeting, and you really need to make this efficient and effective. And that's the thing I shared with you. So 4 types: do not make the meetings too, and focus, stay strategic, stay tactical, and stay cultural, and do the daily meetings. And if you do this one for next 3 months, you will see there's a huge change happening to you in terms of productiveness in your meeting. And one more thing, that I told you that there's no dysfunctions in your team should happen. So I told you I'm going to give you 5 dysfunction of the video. It's coming here. Watch that one right now too. So then after this video, watch that, so you can also check the dysfunction level of your team, so you can assess which level you are, and then you take the actions to make sure that everybody trusting each other, everybody is accountable, and everybody driving for the goals. And that's how you can become a successful leader and take your career forward. And in your organization you are working, you will be successful and make the organization successful too. So that's all. That's how you make an effective meeting. All the best.